All right, guys, joining me at this time is another welterweight in this year's $1 million PFL tournament, Sadibou Sy. How you doing today, sir?
Hey, I'm very good, thank you, Ramza. I'm very good, very good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, man. All the way from Sweden. How's your whole life out there? It's a pandemic going on. Is it as crazy it is out here in Vegas, or is it a little more easier out there for you guys?
It's like Sweden has been pretty, pretty good altogether. We're not in quarantine right here. We have our restrictions, so we can move around and stuff. We have certain guidelines that we need to follow. Like we can't be in big groups. Like if we go to a restaurant, it's maximum four per group,
Mhm.
stuff like that. But it's not too bad.
How's it been for training for you? Have you been able to get everything you need in?
To be honest, it's been tough. Like if there is a will, there is a will. So said the toughest thing has been staying like because I didn't know when if and when I was gonna fight for
Mm.
anything during the 2020. So it was like I was in like a limbo, like trying to stay in shape, trying to not trying, staying in shape, staying ready, and hoping for a fight, uh, which is you have a fight, you have a name, you have a guy, you have like something to look forward to. So it's been tough, but now when the season is starting to creep up, it's much easier.
Yeah, how was that for you, man? Obviously, you guys were getting ready to prepare for the 2020 season, and the whole rug was pulled out
Yeah,
from underneath you. The entire season was canceled. How did you
yeah,
cope with all that?
yeah, yeah. It was tough. It was tough. Like we knew that it was gonna be tough, and like I knew they wanted to put on events, right? So I
Hmm.
know that I knew that it wasn't that they didn't want to do it. So because their interest and my interest coexist in this, like so I knew that it wasn't their choice, right? But it was hard stations like getting rolling and putting on shows. So I was certainly hoping for any fight like during November or December, just a one-off, like not outside of the tournament, right?
Yeah.
But when it didn't happen, I got bummed. But it is what it is. I was like, you know what? It's just a couple of more months, and then I'm gonna be able.
So yeah, now all that's behind you, man. 2021 season is upon us. How excited are you? The
Yeah,
announced part of your guys' roster, you get guys are returning. You get a chance to get that fight back with Ray Cooper. Are you excited about that matchup?
yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. Like I'm so excited, and it's a great division, I believe. So yeah, like I'm looking forward to. I know that I'm gonna fight Ray Cooper again. I know that I'm gonna
Hmm.
fight David again, 2019 as well. So I'm looking forward uh, to like the whole season. There's not one guy. I'm just looking forward to getting the season started.
It's going to be an exciting one, man. Obviously, a ton of big names in your division. Ray Cooper's obviously there. That's a matchup that you had last year. There was a draw in your guys' last
Yeah,
fight. It was an
yeah,
interesting situation because obviously it was a tournament format, so somebody had to go on. Were
for
you
sure.
pleased? I mean, obviously you weren't pleased with the outcome, but were you pleased with the decision making on how they came up with the decision?
To be honest, like I I feel like that's one of the fights that it's been tough for me to like even look back
Hmm.
and think about that fight because I knew I had so much more to give, right? So
Yeah.
because of that, I feel like I had opportunity in my hands, but I didn't do what was necessary to do. So I'm not the decision for they're giving him the nod. That's not that's on me. But I know that fight between much more different.
Yeah, which obviously, next time when you go in there, you just want to leave it out of their hands completely. That's
For
the goal
sure,
most of
for
the
sure.
times.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the tough one when you think about having a fight afterwards. So I was actually already like some like was already thinking about the semifinals, and
Mm-hmm.
was so I didn't perform the way I know that I can, which is this it's the same for both of us. So I'm not saying that as a how do you say, something like that, but I'm just the experience is the experience from that fight is gonna help me, I believe.
Yeah, I feel like especially a lot of people were able to hone a lot of their skills during this pandemic, and just we're going to see a completely evolution of a lot of people. And I feel like you're going to be one of those guys. Your striking is superb. Your
For
reach
sure.
is phenomenal, especially when you compare it to the other welterweights in that division. You have almost like a 6 inch reach over everybody.
Yeah, for sure. That's something that I'm looking to utilize even more coming up.
So let's go back a little bit. What did young
Yeah.
Sadibou? What got him into the world of MMA?
Sorry, can you say that again? Your mic just acted up.
What got you into MMA?
So I started with kickboxing, and then after a couple of years of kickboxing, I went into Muay Thai, right?
Mhm.
And MMA was just something that I did because there was a lot of buzz about MMA, and I
Yeah.
didn't even enjoy like grappling or wrestling that much. But it's gonna be an opportunity for me to get more fights. So the plan was to fight in Thai first and foremost, and then if and when it's hard to get fights, some MMA fights. But it was so much fun doing MMA. So after that, first since my first MMA fight, I've never done any. Yeah,
You haven't looked back since.
I haven't.
What was it
I'm not
about?
saying I'm not saying that I'm never gonna do that,
You're not
but
closing the door on your Muay Thai.
I'm not closing the door. I'm not closing the door, but um, for the moment, my are in MMA.
What brought you into martial arts in general then?
To be honest, it was just a fluke. So what happened was I was a soccer player, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I was gonna change teams, uh, one team to another, right? And like in between changing teams, I tried one session with one kickboxing session, and I fell in love with it. I never looked, and I fight for that for the sake.
Oops, sorry, I think I lost you there for a second.
Yeah, so I said the first time I stepped into a martial art club,
Hmm.
it was at Vasa Muay Thai and kickboxing, and I still represent them today together with Pancrase Gym. So I completely fell in love with kickboxing uh, at the beginning, and then Muay Thai as well, and now it's MMA. So
Yeah,
it was just a fluke.
it's funny that you say that it was just a fluke because it seems like you're such a natural at it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like a friend of mine that was training at the gym. Uh, we were fooling around in school and stuff like that, where we put on some gloves and we did some sparring, like with no supervision and no nothing, right? And he was
Yeah.
like, "Man, you're natural. You need to come down and train." And he was on me for so long, and then finally, when I were about to I was I didn't have any soccer team. I was like, you know what? Let me go down to the gym and see what this is about. And so even then, like when I started with kickboxing, it was just like it was so much fun because I knew it was like I was like a kid, just uh, things all the time. I was obsessed, right? But never ever did I think that this was something that I was gonna um, build my life around. You know. So it's a crazy turn of events, but I love it.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic now how you enter your third season with the PFL. This time
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
get that $1 million, secure that bag. What is it
exactly.
going to mean to you to win that $1 million and to win that welterweight PFL title?
Um, it's gonna be great for me. Not only in the sense of getting the money for just the platform that PFL has, and the platform that comes
Mhm.
with going like producing good fights and winning. Um, so I think that it's gonna be. It's hard to say exactly what's gonna happen. The money is nothing concerned about in that sense of I don't doubt my ability, so I know that with that part is gonna come.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna focus on one fight at a time, and I believe that all of that is gonna sort out itself.
I know that you're kind of like stuck in a bubble while you're down here in Vegas, but is there anything that you want to do
Yeah.
while you're out here? Maybe after the fight, be able to get out, get some food.
Ooh, man. Like, so there's a lot of things I wanna do in Vegas. I wanna, like, at the moment, I don't know how how open how open it is, but I would love to go play some cards. I love to play cards. I love to play
You could
some.
definitely play cards. There's
Uh,
like barriers up in between people, but you can still play.
yeah,
They're still out there.
yeah,
They
yeah,
will take
yeah.
your money.
I think, yeah, exactly, exactly. So play some cards, eat great food, and at the moment now, I'm saying the weather because the weather over here is, oh my God. We're doing Celsius. I don't know if you know Celsius, but we have had maybe between -12 Celsius to uh, -1, -2, something like that. I don't know how much is. Can can you call me Celsius? That is so. I'm gonna give you in
Fahrenheit.
is it Fahrenheit? Exactly. 10 Fahrenheit.
Ooh, 10
Yeah.
degrees.
So yeah. So it's
It's
freezing.
cold as shit.
Like no, it's it's not even a joke. That cold. So not today. Today is it's a little bit better, but for the last couple of weeks, it's
Horrible.
been yeah. So I'm looking forward to like some warm weather as well.
It's gonna be like 100 degrees when you get here in April.
Yeah, I know that's gonna be too much, man.
Well, hey, when you get here later on in the tournament, it's gonna be like 120.
I know,
Like in those
I know,
June, they
I
have
know.
all those
But you know
fights
what?
in June. That's it's gonna be like
Exactly.
110, 115.
Yeah. You know what? It's gonna be the same for everybody, right?
Exactly. Everyone's got to go through it, and it's got to help with that weight cut a
Uh,
little bit. You know what I mean?
yeah, for sure, for sure. God, for sure.
Speaking of weight cuts, I know you're about what? Shit, you guys are still got about 2 months out. How's the weight for 185 or for sorry 170?
Oh no, for 185, it's easy.
Easy.
For 170, for 170, it's not fun. But I'm the type of guy like I'm never gonna miss weight. I'm gonna be professional. I'm gonna do it like uh, I'm gonna start like maybe uh, weeks out. I'm gonna start like watching my diet a little bit. But I'm not that heavy now. So I'm gonna do most of it when. Uh, but it's not fun, man.
Yeah, no, I can only imagine, man. Listen, man, I know how
Yeah.
super busy you are. I don't want to take too much more of your time. I want to definitely
No
do this
worries.
again, though. Once we get matchups and everything figured out here in a couple weeks, we'll
Exactly.
contact you
Yeah,
before
yeah.
we get you in that cage in Vegas.
Yeah, just let me know. Just hit me up, and we do this again. No worries.
No,
Just
for
fun,
sure.
man.
I want to give you an opportunity before I let you go, though, to give you a quick shout out for your sponsors, team, teammates, anyone that's really helped you along your MMA journey.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do a shout out to everybody, my training partners at Vasa, my training partners at Pancrase Gym, who helps me prepare. And we're gonna go through a rough couple of weeks now coming up. So I'm thanking them in how do you say beforehand?
In
I don't know how you
advance.
say in advance. Yeah, exactly.
And then where can the fans find you on social media?
So I'm most active on Instagram, and I have a Facebook page as well. On Instagram, Sadibou Sy, on Facebook. Uh, Follow me there, and I'll give you some good content.
Excellent, man. Thank you for joining us again, and I can't wait to watch you in that PFL cage here in April, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Sadibou
Forward to
Sy.
it. Hey, you take care. Okay, have a great weekend.
You too, man.
All right. Okay. Bye.